What's good, y'all? I just want to pose a scenario. Let's say you have a renowned surgeon, say he specializes in transplants, and he works exclusively out of one hospital in one city. It's known all over the country, even all over the world. Brings in a lot of patients for the hospital, generates a lot of revenue. He's pretty much their superstar. Let's say this doctor goes out and gets into some trouble, totally unrelated to practicing medicine. Say it's domestic violence. He gets into a fight with his wife, whatever. Doctor's charged. Now, how do you think the hospital is going to respond? Are they going to be quick to just be like, oh, he got into some trouble, let's go ahead and get rid of him, cast him aside? Or are they going to do everything in their power to try to keep that doctor because he's pretty much a cash cow for them? He brings in a lot of patients, a lot of notoriety from the hospital. Everybody, around the country, around the world know of this doctor. Therefore, he's a superstar. So the hospital is going to want to keep him. And most of us would agree that, whether or not we condone what he got in trouble for, we would understand why the hospital would go to great lengths to want to keep this doctor. Well, for those of y'all that are out there wondering how the NFL teams can handle the situations that they're going through with these players, it's kind of the same thing. Now, I'm not condoning what the players have done, and I'm not necessarily saying that the NFL is right in their actions trying to, cover up or to save face. But just to put it in perspective, the NFL is a corporation. And under that corporate umbrella corporation, there are 32 other mini corporations. The players are their assets. That's how they make their money. They're in the business of selling entertainment. The players are the superstars. So if you have a player on your team that gets into trouble that's unfootball related, they didn't get busted for PEDs or anything like that. They didn't skip games or smooth miss practices. They got in trouble for something that has nothing to do with football. Of course, if that player generates a lot of money from you, a lot of, notoriety, he's a cash cow for you, you're not going to be quick to just cast him aside. You're not going to look at this player and be like, oh, he got into some trouble. All right, let's kick him off the team. No big deal. Why? Because that player, the talent they bring to your team generates wins. Wins generate money. And another thing people need to think about is when we think of the NFL, we always think billionaires paying millionaires. Well, first of all, as we should all know, not all NFL players are millionaires. Secondly, we forget about the other people that are affected by NFL games. It's not just the players. You got the support staff, administrative assistants. Then you also factor in the stadium. You got a stadium that seats 70,000 people. All right, you kick your best player off the team. Now you're losing games. Attendance drops. So instead of 70,000 people, you've got 40,000 people. Well, you think about the people that you need to staff a 70,000 person event as opposed to a 40,000 person event. You're not going to need the same amount of staff. So all those people that would be working the games, who are no longer working the games because they're not needed, where are they getting their money from? They're losing out money. That's money that's coming off their families' tables. And then you factor in the communities, the businesses around the arena. You got 70,000 people walking out of the stadium. They're going to patronize the businesses around the stadium. You only got 40,000 people. That's less business for those businesses around the stadium. So now they're losing money. So with everybody so quick to, worrying why the NFL, why they're not just quick to kick players off the team and discipline things like that, look at the big picture. Again, I'm not saying that it's necessarily right. All I'm saying is that the NFL, you got to look at their corporation with 32 smaller corporations. They handle business the same way any other corporation in this country would do. Their job is to make money selling product. The NFL, the product happens to be entertainment. Just a little something to think about, while we're out here picking on the NFL. Empire, I'm just saying.